Hello and welcome back to Tool of the Day. Today we're going to be talking about a tool called the coping saw. We'll look at lots of saws throughout this series, but the coping saw is unique because its tiny skinny little blade allows it to do very precise detail cutting. So for situations like custom millwork or trim, anything where you might have to get into very tight little areas and make precise curved cuts or very careful little details, the coping saw is definitely your best bet. This is sort of the hand tool version of an electric jigsaw. And if you don't want to spend the money on an electric jigsaw, maybe only have a small amount of work to be done, the coping saw is a great choice. The teeth on the coping saw blade normally are going to be set away from the user so that when you push the saw through the wood, it's doing the cutting, but not so much when you're pulling away. The blade's very thin, which makes it good for making those small, curved, detailed cuts, but not so good if you need to make straight cuts or if you need to make very fast cuts. If you try to cut through a thick board quickly, this is not the right saw for the job. One of the things that's nice about the coping saw is that the blade can actually be adjusted to be set at different angles. So if approaching the cut straight on isn't a very good option, you can turn the blade 90 degrees and you can approach it from the side like this. One of the other nice perks about a coping saw over other types is that the blades are replaceable. Because the blades are so small and delicate, they're a little prone to breaking if you're rough with them. So instead of worrying about your saw teeth becoming dull over time, if that happens with the coping saw, you can just replace the blade and the replacements are relatively inexpensive. You can get them with different numbers of teeth in them. So more teeth per inch is going to produce a finer cut, but it's going to cut a little bit slower. And if you get fewer teeth per inch, you'll be able to hack through the material a little bit faster, but it's going to be a rougher cut. So if I had a very curvy piece like this one and I needed to make a cut that would fit tightly up against it, the coping saw would be what I'm going for. First, I would trace the pattern of this line onto my second piece of material that's going to be cut, and then I would very slowly and carefully take that coping saw down that line and turn it so that I can get into all of those little nooks and crannies until eventually I've got a perfectly cut, customized piece that fits tightly together with the elaborate piece of trim that I was trying to match with. So next time you need something cut, you'll know whether the coping saw is the right choice for you. I'm Mr. D, thanks for watching Tool of the Day.